All right, we are started. We are live.
Okie dokie. So I guess
What up, YouTube?
right before we do the break, we will all hit record and make sure everything's working, and then we'll do like a clap or something. I don't know if that's gonna help sync it or not, but that's what I know a lot of people do is that. So I don't know if that'll help, but we'll try that. And then we'll do our 5 seconds, and that should help me figure out where to put everything into play and blah, blah, blah. Hopefully all is well.
Sounds good.
All right,
If
so
not,
so define do a clap. Are we talking like 1, 2, 3 clap?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly what I want to do.
Okay.
Or no, I want you all to get gonorrhea.
Got it.
All right. Cool.
Well ahead of the game.
Great.
I'll just get G with it. Just get G with it. Forget the gonorrhea.
Cool.
I'll make a clap. All right. So,
Let's do it.
all right. So, everyone ready to hit record?
Let me pull it up.
Let me know when you're ready to hit record.
I'm ready to hit record.
Brandon, you ready to hit record?
Ready to hit
All right.
record.
All right. 3, 2, 1, record. All right. Everything looking good on your end? Say something.
I'm recording on my end, and it looks good.
Recording here.
Sweet. All right. So let's do a clap for syncing purposes. So I'm going to count down 3, 2, 1, and then we're going to clap. All right. So 3, 2, 1. I don't know if that was some
Cool.
whatever.
Yeah,
I'll figure it out.
It's hugely noticeable on my Audacity. So yeah,
there is a lot of delay on my end after we did it, so
right.
we'll see.
All right,
We'll see how it works.
We'll be all right.
Well, it's just now. We're about like 30, according to my Audacity, about 40 seconds or so in right now. So if we take our 5-second pause about now and then just start it, you'll just look for the gap after all the nonsense.
All right. Okay, so pause. I'm going to bring it in at the 1 minute mark. So pause. Hello, it's episode 24, right? Yeah, episode 24 of the Unknown Podcast. It is I, Scott, your host, as almost always. And we've got the original crew tonight. We've got Mr. Smoothie Smoothington, the Smooth Man.
What's up? Happy 2019. First show of the
Oh,
year.
Yeah, good call.
2019. I didn't even think of that. And then we got, of course, Captain Howdy over there with his brand new microphone.
Oh, dude, I feel like a badass right now with this new microphone. I just hope it sounds good. That's obviously the main test. So, but this episode is that test.
Yes, it is. We will find out.
Yeah, if it sucks, I'll send it back and I'll try another one. But
sweet,
because I didn't do a ton of research the way I normally do. I was just like, that one looks cool. It got good reviews. I like what people said about it. I bought it, and we're gonna roll with it.
I mean, yeah, it's a USB mic. They all probably sound relatively similar.
That's what I kind of feel. Yeah,
so
around that price range.
Yeah, that too. You got me all wanting to buy a new mic now.
Yeah, good.
With a sweet setup. I'm probably gonna end up doing that soon.
Awesome.
Nice. All right, so we got to do our shot as always. What are we all drinking on for that?
Well, I was explaining before you got on the call. My throat's still a little goofy, so I'm probably gonna not drink. I haven't had a drink since the last podcast, actually, so that might be mentioned in our chat. One part of my resolutions for this year to get in shape, and we'll talk about that in a little bit.
Sure.
But, so I'm just gonna be drinking water tonight.
Could have done a shot of I don't know, Robitussin. All right. So what you got? Fireball over there, Brandon?
Yeah, I got Fireball. Thanks, Smoothie, for making me feel bad for having Fireball.
Yeah, Smoothie just guilting us over here. He's like, "Oh my god, you guys are such alcoholics drinking. I don't drink anymore."
I didn't pour out the Fireball or the honey whiskey. It's still sitting in the fridge.
Damn.
All right. What do you got, Scott?
I still got that Fireball.
Cool. Cheers.
Cheers. Clink.
Clink. Clink.
All right, smoothie. So no beer for you tonight.
So is your drink water, I'm assuming?
Yeah, high quality H2O.
H2O.
Hell
Hey, back in
yeah.
the day, in the "What are you drinking" thread, H2O was like a normal answer, one of the most popular answers in that thread.
Other than coffee.
Coffee and water. Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, Brandon, what do you have? Yingling?
No, dude, I finally got something else.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So I've been drinking for the last few hours. It was my buddy's 40th birthday party at work tonight. So I've had a few Jaeger bombs and probably 4 or 5 Yinglings. And then I went to the store because that was a great idea.
Yeah.
But I decided to finally get something local again. So Braxton Brewing Company, they're actually in Kentucky, which is like 15 minutes from here. And they just announced this week that they're doing a $5 million expansion to their brewery to do some new like big rooftop bar thing. So I was like, yeah, let's buy something of theirs.
Nice.
So I bought Tropic Flare. I've never had it. New England style India Pale Ale.
New England
style, but they're from Kentucky, so.
What is that? What is does it describe anywhere on there what that means? Because I don't know what New England style. I'm gonna Google that while you're
this
doing whatever
straw yellow hazy IPA was carefully refined over. Oh god, my shit just beeped at me. Over a year of innovation and experimentation at Braxton Labs. Tropic Flare New England style IPA is triple hopped and loaded with over 4 pounds per barrel of Galaxy, Citra, and Mosaic hops. It goes on from there, but I think that kind of answers your question enough.
According to the first search result on Google, it is New England IPAs are beers that are purposely hazy or cloudy, which can give those brews a smooth, creamy mouthfeel. Ooh, that's kind of creepy sounding. A departure from the light/dry mouthfeel you often get with West Coast IPAs, with little to no hop bitterness at the end, utilizing hops that I don't give a shit. All right, cool. So it's creamy and smooth.
It was a 4-pack for $10, so we'll find out.
Geez, what's the ABV on that?
It's a little bit hot. Yeah, it did. Somewhere. 6.8. Not as high as I was thinking.
Not for $10 for 4.
Yeah, you're right.
It needs to be. All right, you got the Kraken, whatever. I'm pulling a smoothie. I got that champagne. I got that High Life.
Oh shit, yeah.
Because I am dirt poor right now, so it is time to drink some shitty beer.
Ooh, that is a really creamy IPA. What the fuck? That's super weird.
Good thing I looked that up. Now we've got the details here. The breaking IPA news.
I'm not real sure about that.
Oh, you don't know if you like that?
I'm not sure that I do.
Uh-oh.
Well, I'm going to drink it, but
I mean, it's got to be better than Genesee Cream Ale, right? I mean,
probably. That's interesting. All right, so anyway.
All right, so that's that. We're drinking.
How was your guys' New Year's Eve? Did you guys like have a fun like ringing in the new year?
No.
Yeah. No.
I mean, it was fun in the fact we did our typical the past couple of years we went to Red Robin and I gorged myself on or whatever the right word is there on all the fries I can eat and
the bottomless fries.
And yeah, it's ridiculous because I'll get like 3 baskets at a time. I'll be like,
Jesus, man,
keep on coming. Well, they only give you a little bit like to start with. And then when they bring the basket out, there's like 5 more fries in it. It's like, come on, look at me.
Right. There's a couple different ones that are like that, or that are like a bottomless or like whatever. Like they don't hardly give you anything at all. And then they make you feel like shit if you ask for more.
That's why I just cut right to the chase.
They don't do that at Red Robin. They be like, please have more fries. For whatever reason, I've always, at least every experience I've ever been in, they're like, "Hey, you want any more of these, you fatty?
I never had the problem with asking them or them giving any resistance or denial to it.
You just slam your glass on the ground. Get me more fries, wench.
It takes forever. It's like you serve bottomless fries, so they should be continuously like replenished. There should never be.
There should be no wait time.
Free fucking fries.
Yeah.
Bring me more now. I require my fries, my steak fries.
That's why I go. I mean, I like the
burger. They're fucking great.
But I will get the smallest burger on the menu and just start loading up.
All carbs. Yeah. Just straight carbs. There you go, man.
Like there's a pizza place here in Cincinnati. Like there's a chain. There's a bunch of them in Cincinnati, La Rosa's. And on Monday and Tuesday night, they do spaghetti aplenty, and it's like really cheap for like as much spaghetti.
Sean Connery is telling us how the spaghetti is.
But they bring you out like a small ass bowl, and then if you ask for more, they kind of get like almost shitty. And then it also, like Smoothie was saying, like it takes forever to get another bowl. I was like, that shit should be ready. Why is it not ready back there for refills? Give me my goddamn spaghetti.
It's a head game. They're purposely delaying it in hopes that you will
not ask for more.
Realize, because isn't it typically you eat more and that like your stomach has a hard time of processing saying, so that's what they wait for you to say that you're full.
Yeah.
That's exactly 100% correct. Yes.
Yeah, you got to eat faster than your stomach.
Right.
So
if they keep bringing it out, you'll keep asking for more.
That's the best way to eat.
If they wait forever, then they'll be like, fuck it, I don't want any more. Let's go.
But then the worst part is, especially, I would say, I've never had unending pasta like that. That's freaking crazy. But one night this week we had spaghetti,
it is.
And like I made a lot of it. I took a huge plate and I had another like helping, and then like 45 minutes later, I was like, that was a bad idea. Like I was just like a rock, and then
once it settles, it's not worth it.
But in the moment, it's so delicious. And
I'll eat 20 pounds of spaghetti, and I'm pretty good to go still.
Well, that's impressive.
I'm good to go. Give me more fucking spaghetti.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, that's how it is.
Good times.
Nice. All right. So we know that Smoothie went to Red Robin and ate a shit ton of fries.
Yeah. And then the remainder of the night we just sat and watched because I didn't have cable. So I went through Hulu for the trial for the live TV so I could watch the ball drop. And
there was like 1 million of them on YouTube, was there not?
I'm sure there was, but I had a free trial and I wanted to watch the Dick or Ryan, whatever.
Were you gonna say Dick Van Dyke or not Dick Van? Dick. What's his name?
Well,
Dick Clark. They resurrected him and put him in front of the ball.
Well, don't they still call it Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve?
Sublime with Rome.
Sublime with Dick Clark. I have no idea, Smoothie. I didn't watch it this year, so I don't know. You tell me. You're the one who watched it, right?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was called. I know it's that one that Dick Clark used to host, and now it's Ryan Seacrest.
Fuck him. Fuck all that shit. That shit's so stupid.
So it's Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve with Ryan Seacrest.
What a dumb name. All right. Brandon, did you do anything? Or you just get drunk?
I had to work until like 10:30.
Oh.
And then I met the family over at our friend's house. And we just I got there like 11:15. And we just hung out and then turned on the Dick Van Dyke New Year's Eve show at like 2 minutes till, and that was pretty much it. It was a pretty boring New Year's.
Well, I went to a friend's house and they had VR set up, and that's basically all I did was play VR games all night. I didn't even watch the ball drop.
I would much rather do that.
It was fun. It made me want to get a computer and like a Vive. It really did, because I was playing this what's it called, sword and sorcery game. It's basically like you're like in an arena and you can pick up weapons, you can grab people, and you just are bludgeoning them and stabbing them, and it's surprisingly fun. I was awful at it, And there was also this shooting game that it's cool the way that you can like grab the guns and all that. And but that got me sick after a while. I was also drinking quite a bit of beer, so a lot of the movement just churned my stomach. But it was fun, and it made me want.
But that's
be able to have
you and Kyle both.
Yeah.
You and Kyle both now then have said something about the VR that like makes you like not feel good. I've never like really tried one out, so I don't know. But both of you now have said that about it, so that makes me worry about it.
It probably depends on the game, because I played a game called also Beat Saber. It's kind of like Guitar Hero, but when you have like basically lightsabers.
Lane wants to play that.
It is fun as shit. It's so good. And it's on PSVR, so if I'm gonna have to go for any kind of VR experience right now, it'll probably be there. But I would get that game in a heartbeat. It was fun.
I know.
So if you like Guitar Hero and shit like that, you would definitely like that game.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that was my New Year's Eve. I didn't even see the ball drop. I didn't even know it was midnight.
So yeah,
that's all right.
So then we all successfully survived our New Year's Eve. So and here we are in 2019.
Yeah, we're not dead. Shockingly, we're not talking to you from beyond the grave.
No, by no stretch of the imagination, we are in 2019, and so far, so good. Except I was sick last week. That's why we didn't record last week, and
we thought we lost you tonight there for a minute.
Yeah, it was like after 11, and you weren't talking. You haven't been talking for hours. Like, shit,
no,
Smoothie.
I
put on a movie and fell asleep.
No, I did. We did watch a movie, but I went to talk everybody in, and I left my phone downstairs, so I forgot to text before I went up that I was starting and everything.
Did you watch?
Superstar.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we wanted to.
A hell of a choice.
Well, family enough that Casey could watch it, and we could all enjoy it. I always like the Will Ferrell, those older Saturday Night Live movies.
I don't know if I've seen all of Superstar before. I've seen it on Comedy Central, but I don't know if I actually ever watched that movie.
It's on Vudu for free. So if you have,
I do have. Yeah, I do. Yeah,
watch it for free right now.
Hell yeah.
I've been pretty good.
Do that, but yeah,
I've been actually. With being sick, I just want to say that I've been a little bit better actually. With like last week, I finally finished Stranger Things season 2 while I was laid up in bed, and then we watched a couple movies. What did we watch last week? Oh, Equalizer 2, and this is all in the same night, and A Bad Mom's Christmas. And I stayed awake for both of them last week.
Bad Mom's Christmas. What is that?
Did you see the movie Bad Moms with Mila Kunis?
I did not. No.
They're fun.
I've forgotten all about that movie, to be honest.
They are the Christmas one came out last year, I want to say, but I'd never gotten around to watching it. And we enjoyed it and watched it, and then I watched on Sunday we watched like The Equalizer and Fiddler on the Roof, and that's a 3-hour movie, and
that's too long.
But I stayed awake for it though. It's good, looking good in 2019. I've been successfully staying awake.
You didn't fall asleep through any of these movies?
Nope.
Oh man!
Last night was
New Year, new smoothie.
Last night we were watching Crocodile Dundee and Crocodile Dundee 2 because they were free on and I had never honestly seen them. My wife remembered them, growing up. That was one that her and her uncle they were watching everything, and if I watched them, it might have only been once, or I don't remember them that well. But I stayed awake for 1, and then 2 we watched later on in the night. And I dozed off near the end of it, but it was like 12 o'clock. So,
all right, so let's throw this out there since we're talking like Netflix and stuff. I read an article this week. CES is going on right now, the big electronics expo thing. And one big thing that I don't know what company it was that showed off this week was this new software that's supposed to like really crack down on sharing passwords and accounts with like Netflix and Hulu and shit like that. So apparently they're on the verge of about ready to like really crack down on people sharing Netflix accounts and stuff.
Oh, good. Yeah, on top of the fact that there's already too many fucking streaming platforms to pay for, you are asking for people to pirate shit.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all you're asking.
I saw your tweet the other day, Scott, where you said like we're on the verge of like another pirating like big boom or whatever, however you stated it. And I agree.
That's what I was saying, because they were talking about how it was here, I'll pull it up. But basically what I was reading was that we're on we have so many different streaming platforms at this time. It's almost like we have cable all over again.
Yeah.
It's a whole reason, like when you go to cut the cord, it's now becoming, almost the same thing.
Yep.
So I was just like, well, piracy is going to go back. Torrents are going to come right back into the forefront again, because they kind of fell off, I feel like.
Right.
But all right,
so let's say this happens. Let's say like this new software comes out and it like really does like really put an end to this shit. Like, how does that affect our lives, like for what we pay for?
Personally, not mine at all. I pay for every streaming service that I have.
Okay.
But there are people that use my shit.
Yeah.
Including I have the Spotify family thing. I have Aaron uses mine. My girlfriend's sister uses mine. I have people on my Spotify thing and they use my Hulu and HBO.
Gotcha.
So they will all be fucked.
Yep.
If that comes down to that, and that sucks.
I don't care. You're the one paying it, so whatever.
Yeah, but I don't care. Yeah. I gave it to him for a reason. I want him to be able to do it. So it does suck.
Hulu is the one for me. Like I'm where you are. Like I pay for all of them, and other people use all of my shit minus Hulu. My buddy Dave pays for Hulu, and I use his account, and I use it pretty often.
Yeah, so it's actually not that expensive. It's more cheap.
It is. Yeah, it's not. But that would be if this shit really did go down this way. Like that is one that I would have to add to my bills. Would be Hulu, if need be.
Yeah. Thankfully, it wouldn't be out of all of them, not the worst. It's like $8.
Yeah,
for the cheapest one, which is what I still pay for.
See, I do the no ads Hulu.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there.
Yeah, that might be where I would start if I had to, honestly.
But what I don't get is, I mean, I understand their company and their business.
Yeah, I get it.
They need to make, but if you're, for instance, our friends use our Netflix, but we only allow 2 devices. So if they're watching something and I'm watching something, somebody else tries to watch something here, we can't.
Yep.
So I'm using one of the 2 licenses, if you will, that I'm paying for. So I don't see why it necessarily has to be on my network,
right?
As opposed to another one. What if I'm over there watching it? Like, how are they to regulate and say that I'm not over there?
Yep,
we're not watching a movie over their house and logged in.
I mean, the reason that Netflix specifically, the reason that they care, like the amount of people that share passwords is so high compared to the people that are like, to the people that are paying versus the people that are using the service, and they feel like they should get that money that they're not getting.
But do you think if you screw those people over, they're going to be wanting to pay for it? Do you think if they weren't going to pay for it already, that they wouldn't be?
But they might. I mean, there's a lot of people that are, they don't want to not have Netflix. They got to watch all the new shit. So if you get dropped off of somebody's account,
no, that's when that's why I said it's probably going to push people into pirating more than this. I honestly I don't think it's gonna make people pay for it at all. I think people are gonna look for other means to get it, or they're just not gonna watch it until it's available elsewhere.
Yeah,
right. So, that's the way I would see it.
That's kind of the thing. Yeah. That's what this article is kind of talking about. It's like, let's see here.
Yeah, we went through like this whole thing of like we need to kill cable. But then so many different streaming things came along that made it like not so customer friendly to kill cable.
Well, it was easy in the beginning because there was Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime. Mostly Netflix. The other two were kind of lackluster for a little while there.
Yeah.
So it was easy because you weren't really spending that much money and you were getting quite a bit of content, more than, it was worth cutting the cord for that stuff if you didn't care about sports or watching things as they were coming. But now that they've kind of fragmented further and further, like with Disney having their own,
Right.
DC having their own, I'm sure it's going to
original content.
Yeah, now even like network cable, like CBS has CBS Access. Like it's insane. They're fragmenting so much to the point where if you were to get all of them, you'd be probably paying just as much, if not more, than cable per month. And it's just like, is it worth it? I don't know.
Well,
now you have to pick and choose.
The problem is not the problem.
Not that much time as it is to watch shit. So is it really worth having that many things?
Right.
Not, in my opinion.
Right. Well, the problem is where it's gotten to, like you were saying with the cable. The problem is the big companies behind it are all cable, feel like Comcast network, subsidiaries will say, like the ABC. I'm just using them as an example. So when Netflix first started, you could get a lot of TV shows, old TV shows, different, like the library was robust, but now that, you have to have Amazon Prime, and it's going to be exclusively on here, and this is going to be exclusively on Hulu.
It's so more exclusive. You're not getting as much, that's part of why like they can't, Netflix canceled like Daredevil and shit like that. It's because they want that was exclusive to them, but now it's more like they want their own content that's in-house. That was like they licensed that, but now each one wants their own shit, and that's it. And it's making it harder. Like if you want to watch something that is really good, but you have to pay one streaming service for it, it's just getting too fragmented, and I don't really know.
And Netflix has Netflix keeps losing more and more shit that like I wanted to watch, like the older like TV series and stuff. Netflix has not been renewing them as much lately.
Yeah, going to Hulu.
Yeah, like they're way more concerned about their own original shows than they are to keep paying for these old shows, and they're all going to Hulu, and that's I've spent more time on Hulu lately than I have in a long time because of that.
Yeah. Well, I don't really know what the next step is because, this is replacing cable. What's going to replace the streaming services? Anything? I mean, what's the next logical step in?
I have no. I don't think we're there at all yet. I have no idea.
Not, but I'm curious to see what could possibly be the next step.
I would definitely say the piracy aspect of it. Like I was just Googling around because somebody had mentioned when they came in the Giants, some guy was asking last weekend if I was going to watch the Eagles game, and I said, well, I'm cable or whatever. And he's like, oh, well, if you get, a Roku or a Fire Stick and have it jailbroken. I was like, yeah, I know all that. And then I went and like investigated it, and it seems that like it's very easy to get whatever you need, from current stuff in the theaters and everything, but still you have that threat of it's more of a streamlined piracy. You don't have to go out and get your own torrents and risk it that way.
Right.
You can do it all through these apps, but you still have to have the VPNs and do it, blocking your own.
Yeah, you don't want Spectrum or whatever to find you stealing shit, because then you'll get that letter in the mail.
I've got that quite a few times, and I still, like an idiot, have not set up a VPN.
Costs money on top of everything else.
Right.
It does.
That's why.
I just modded my Switch. I modded my Switch. I downloaded all these games and shit like that I know I shouldn't be doing. And I did it all without a fucking VPN. And like after a while, I was like, that was a stupid idea. I really need to get the VPN. Yeah, especially Nintendo.
Of all companies.
Yeah. And then I got an email from Nintendo this week that said, hey, thanks for checking out Mario Tennis. and that's a game that I downloaded and modded.
Wait, how do they know you? I thought you couldn't play that online. I thought you couldn't connect online with it.
It means that I did when I shouldn't have.
Oh shit! You better
So
you better disconnect that from the internet if you want to keep playing your Switch, or else that thing's done.
It's gonna get banned and whatever. I know that's part of the danger of doing this. I don't give a shit. Let them ban me, but oh well.
So what other games did you download then? Besides Mario
Tennis? I got a bunch. I got Smash. My kid has been playing that. He just unlocked the last person on Smash, Dr. Mario.
I still haven't unlocked every character in that game.
He went fucking nuts with it.
It's fun.
I hate to say it, but I fucking hate it, man. Like I cannot get into it. I don't understand what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. I'm terrible at it. And and that's been every different generation of Smash that there's been. I just can't do it. I try every time. I just can't. I started Octopath Traveler. That's one that I've been looking forward to playing. We've been playing a lot of Mario Tennis.
That does look fun. Is that good?
Yeah, it is. Like I forgot how much I actually enjoyed Mario Tennis. And
making me want to hack my Switch now.
Yeah, I mean it is pretty cool. It's a pain.
I know games never go down in price, so you always have to pay out the ass for every game. Yeah. It sucks.
It's been a pain in the ass to like kind of get it all done. And I kind of fucked up and like did some shit in the wrong order than I should have. But like it's really not that hard. It's not hard to do. Finding the games themselves has been the hardest part, I think.
Yeah. Fuckers.
That would make sense to me. The games being the hardest part, but why don't you just get our buddy to hook you up with them?
Yeah, he has them already.
Kyle?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's been helping me through the whole damn thing. Like every question I've had, I've gone to him. He's probably fucking sick of me asking him questions.
No, he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, I know. It's just I don't know. It's not. I had a little bit of problems with like the certain file. There's two different file types of Switch games, and for some reason mine has been fucked up and not played one of the two file types, which is the more common of the two file types. So there's a few like main games that I've been looking for that I can't find in the other file type. So I don't know. That's some super nerdy shit right there, though.
That's what we're about here at the Unknown Podcast.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, it's cool the way you do it. It's cool to hook it up. I felt like a complete nerd badass last weekend. I was I spent like 3 or 4 days like getting all of this shit like set up, and then I was finally like, all right, I need to like show the rest of the people in the house like how you do this for when they need to be able to like boot the system with like the custom firmware and shit. And then Tyler, my oldest, he had like a group of friends that were coming over to play games with him. So like as I was like giving the demonstration of like how you basically mod the Switch and boot it up, a bunch of his friends are like standing behind me here. And I'm like, all right, you do this, and then it mods this, and then it boots up with the custom firmware, and then you can do this and this and this. And like all of Tyler's friends, like when it booted up, were like, oh my God, that's fucking awesome. That's so cool that you know how to do that shit. And I was like, yeah, like I'm a super nerd.
You're a fucking badass. That's what you are.
Like I felt like cool to a bunch of like 16 and 17-year-olds that were impressed that I knew how to mod the Switch. So that was
cool. You are the game genie.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Fuck yeah, the game genie. That was a proud moment, like in like parenting history, I guess.
Nice.
You taught your son and his friends how to pirate to be pirate.
Yes, exactly.
Yarr.
Yeah,
very nice. Speaking of games, how are you guys doing with your backlog games? That's what I thought.
No, I mean, you guys both did better than I did.
Oh, well, yeah, I beat mine like the first night I played it, but that was because I was further than I thought.
Yeah. I have not. I didn't touch mine at all. I didn't even boot it up whatsoever.
At all.
Well, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make this more like a thing that I maybe it'll be something I do like on the Howdy Inc. website or something.
Yeah. I love the idea, but just at the same time, like I got this Nintendo and I've been doing that.
No, that's cool.
And,
no, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll just have to switch up, like bring it up on the podcast and do like a more extensive thing on the website or something. I don't know.
Yeah. No, I mean, I wanted to, like I said, it was great.
I mean, you guys both did it like minus me. So like, it shouldn't be a thing that we just like write off. I don't feel.
Yeah. It's a matter of timing for me. Like I said, once I went back to work, I haven't had a chance to.
That's cool.
To sit down and play it like I want to. And I guess, I could jump in on my work from home days a little bit to play for a few minutes, like on a lunch break or whatever, while I'm just even working. But I still, like this week, I was telling Brandon before we went live, I attempted to start cleaning up down here because I'm going to make it more nice, like I've wanted to do. But, like I said, I still have my green screen, so you can't see how messy it still is, but I was able to get some things cleaned up. But then, like, I pulled out that not old, but the USB turntable and everything. And then I was like, oh, now I want to get, records and stuff or vinyl, and I don't have the money for that. So,
your thing was like, why is this so expensive? It is really expensive, man.
It's like
it costs a lot to make them.
It does.
And time.
Like, finding like where to start. Like I almost got like I was like, all right, well, let me start with like an ICP one, and I was looking
at something. Start there.
I was looking at Carnival of Carnage, and that was like $5, or no, that was only $21.
Yeah. That's on the cheaper end, my friend.
Yeah, which is what I was surprised, but I haven't committed to it. I might go back, but then I think I went to like Twisted's store, and like
at this point, to me, like if it's under 20, if it's like 25 or under. That's kind of my price point. It's got way more expensive. And like I jumped on the vinyl thing like 6 or so.
Yeah, you were early.
Yeah, like at the early like record store days time frame. And it has got so much more expensive since then. And it kind of sucks.
It's got more popular.
But if you stick to the more like indie bands that are like not the more like mainstream like record store day release type shit, like they're still kind of more affordable. But like when you get like the new like Led Zeppelin reissue or whatever, like that shit's $50 fucking bucks. Yep. But if you get like the more like small type indie band, like they're still like more $20, which is cool.
But see,
and honestly, my suggestion would be to look around Amazon for most of what you're looking for.
Yeah.
It's a lot cheaper. As much as it sucks to, support a multi-billion-dollar company, they do have the best prices for basically everything.
And that's what I'm doing. So maybe
it sucks, but that's what you got to do.
Maybe here soon I'll get my first official one of those things. I don't know. We'll be surprised and maybe learn together and see.
It's one of those things. Vinyl, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. When I break down get my first one of those, but those things. But one thing I did notice when I went over to the Twisted store, I was looking like through some of their vinyl. So I noticed, and I get they're more expensive to make, and this would make sense. Like it seemed like all the fancier discs or records, whatever you vinyl, they seem to be the pricier. Like the Boondocks was on sale for $15, but down from 20. But that was just a black, the standard black. Look at the other ones that have all the fancy stuff; they're $25, $30.
Yeah, everybody wants colored vinyl at this point. Black records it's kind of boring at this point. Like everybody should like do something cool looking with the record.
Yeah. And then that's where the price then jumps.
Not so much a picture disc, because like everybody like really complains about like the sound quality of picture disc. They look cool, but you lose a lot of sound quality that way. But like just making them like a cool like blue splattered vinyl or whatever the fuck, like that doesn't take away sound quality
Why does the picture? Because they're just. I don't understand why like a blue splatter and a picture would change the quality.
I don't know. I'm just going by every single thing I've ever read, and actually, I can vouch for that. I have the Tool Lateralis vinyl, and it's a super fucking cool looking picture disc, but it does fucking sound terrible, like really bad. One of the worst sounding records that I own, but it looks amazing, but it does not sound good.
But now is that the only option for that? Like, or is there
for that specific record? Yes, that is the only option.
Now, do some bands or whatever, companies, whatever, like a picture one and like a standard one?
Yeah, that's common.
Okay.
Yeah.
Curious.
Yeah. I have a Rage Against the Machine, their first album, I have as a picture disc, and it does not sound that good. But there is another just like regular, like, what is it, 180 gram 2 record and black vinyl, and apparently that's a really good sounding version of it.
Damn good album though.
Hell yeah, it is.
So we got off video games on the vinyl, which was
that's fine.
Yeah, I love records, man. I love buying records.
How did it get? But how did? Because I was saying I was trying to get down here ready because I'd like to make to this side of me over here is where I have all my stereo, my boombox and everything. But I'd like to make a little. I'd like to pull back out my VCR, my regular CRTV.
So for Christmas, I got this new TV VCR combo to play my Nintendo on, and then I went down to the thrift store because I need a new lamp or two for my basement. That was my main reason for going. But then they had all these VHS tapes, and I got this new VHS combo thing. So I spent 29 cents on a bag that had Billy Madison, Clueless, and I forget the other movie. There's a third movie that I forget the other movie. Fuck. I'll have to look later. 29 cents for 3 good movies, though. You couldn't pass that up.
No, I suppose you can.
I wish I could remember the third movie.
Yeah, I just after work today, I had stopped into the thrift store across the street and I went into the book and place and looked through their vinyl, old vinyl, which is all a bunch of old Christmas albums.
Yeah.
There was like a Mickey Mouse one. Then I saw the back of it, and I made me think of one I had the Mouser size one from when I was growing, like real old school stuff. And I was like, oh, I wonder if I go through these if that's in there. So I do see that. I will pick that up. That'll just be nostalgia to the for me. But I stopped in there and then I went into the variety shop to see if I could find a shot glass, which they didn't have any. Which was weird.
Do you still not own a shot glass?
No, I still have not gotten a shot glass yet.
Okay. That was when I got you for Christmas.
You have one,
huh?
I didn't realize you didn't have a shot glass.
No, why do you think I used that? Do you think that's why
you just like to use it? I thought
when I got you for the gift exchange, the very first thing that I searched was shot glass. That's where I started. But then I didn't find anything that was really good, and then I ended up buying you coffee.
Yeah, which was still pretty sweet.
It was Simply Smooth.
Did you drink any of that shit?
I have not yet. I haven't even been drinking much coffee just because I've been.
God damn.
Right, because you're running every day and not drinking coffee and not drinking alcohol.
I drink goddamn coffee, man.
No, I do drink. I haven't been making it like here because I find when I'll make a full pot. And then I'm wasting half of it, so I don't like going through trouble. And then it sits for a couple days. Yeah, I don't. It's just easier to do the calculations to the 4 scoops for my thing, and then I just that's the way I operate, and it's but like I said, I only do that like when I'm working from home or on the weekend. So like during the week, I'll either wait till I get to work and then make the crap that they have there.
Bring it to work, man.
Well, I used to do that, but then because I would not like to. I would drink it before I got to work, and then I would still be in the same dilemma. so I'm usually good in the morning in the car, so I'll drink my water and everything. But I usually make it there, or Wawa has been having dollar coffee the past few days, so I'll spend $1 for a 24-ounce.
Well, why don't you just bring your Folgers to work and make it there?
Oh, I could do that, but then I have to share with everybody.
No, you don't. Leave it at your desk.
I guess I could take one of the bigger ones, make it, and then just bring it to my desk.
My Simply Smooth coffee, you sons of bitches. This is mine. It's got my name on it.
$2 cup of coffee. $2 for Simply Smooth.
Make some money off of this shit.
And put it back into the show.
There you go. Yeah, you should probably do something with your green screen. You can afford something to put something back there.
I gotta renew our URL.
Yeah, let me know what you need for that, by the way.
Okay.
And then we'll we got to keep that website going so we have a podcast going.
It is kind of vital, you're right.
Yeah. Patreon.com/TheUnknownPodcast. Please pay for it.
Please do that.
We don't have one yet.
Did you guys listen or watch the new Iconoclash this week?
I didn't watch
No, I didn't.
They were on the Facebook one. They started out kind of arguing about the importance of frame rates.
Oh yeah.
Did you hear that? No.
That's before the show started, because I know they talked very briefly about it.
Yeah, on the Facebook one, like they went through the whole thing like before they actually started the show. So if you did the podcast version, then you would have missed
the podcast
thing.
Yeah, I missed that.
It was pretty funny because like Kyle was like, "It's just not that important to me to like pay an extra $300 for a video card that's gonna up the frame rate." Is to where like ends
I don't know.
Like, dude, it's like vital to have the higher frame rate.
I don't think it's vital, but I do prefer 60 frames over 30.
Yeah. Like he made it like where like if you're 30 frames, like it's just garbage.
That's not
true. Yeah, and Kyle's like, dude, like it's still like good. Like there's no like
it's still playable. Yeah. I've read people on Reddit saying that 30 frames per second like makes them sick and it's unplayable. It's like, you've been playing that for years. That's bullshit.
Fuck that shit.
You're just being elitist.
Exactly.
But I will say that when I play 60 frame per second games, I prefer it over 30.
Okay.
And it might be worth, I don't know if it's worth $400 fucking dollars though.
Well, if that's your thing,
you're really gonna go for it. If I'm gonna spend all this money on building a computer, yeah, I'm gonna get something that plays everything 60 frames. Just because if you're gonna go for it, you got to go for it.
Yeah, I hear you there.
That's the only thing. That's a good argument for that. But I'm not gonna sit here and say I need everything to be 60. It's like, I don't. I've played so many games. I'm playing Far Cry 5, and that's locked at 30 on an Xbox One X. So it's still very playable and fun. So I'm not worried about it. But if it was in 60 frames per second, I would like that more. But it doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
That's my middle of the road approach to frame rate.
Because that's where I am. Like, I'm like, at the very, very beginning stage of like buying a new computer and a new PC.
Yeah.
But like, I got to figure out how much to spend on what I needed to do. And I don't think that I need it to be top of the line enough to do 60 all the time.
Well, I mean, if you're buying a pre-made computer, you're probably not going to get something that plays that because they don't have like top of the line graphics cards.
Right.
Yeah. They're actually pretty minimal.
I've been a console gamer all my life. All my life I've been console. I've very rarely been
if you want to go PC, you do not do a pre-bought or a pre-built computer. Right. You have to build your own for gaming.
Unless you buy like the top of the line Alienware that's just
then those are, I don't know how moddable those are, so you're kind of stuck with what they are, and as games progress you're falling behind. that's kind of the draw to building your own, because you can constantly be getting the new shit, or when you need to upgrade to the next shit. Not constantly. That's worse in my opinion than console gaming.
Yeah.
If you're always buying the new shit, then you're never stopping because it's always progressing.
Yeah. My main thing is I want to be able to do what we're doing like right now, like at its very top capabilities. Like that's what I want my PC to be able to do.
Well, then
I don't think that's
right
crazy.
now. You just need to be able to have decent internet. And that's it. Because that's all we really need is a good connection and something that runs Audacity and your microphone.
Yeah. But I feel like I've upgraded my mic, hopefully, but I feel like I still need to upgrade webcam. Like my webcam is old as shit.
Yeah.
So it's time for a new one of those. Like, but still, I want to make it better though. Like Smoothie looks like way better than I do, I think. And Kyle, when he's
is that just video wise, or is that just every day?
That's just
kind of handsome
in general.
Always Smoothie, always.
So I want to upgrade that too.
Okay. Well,
yeah.
I don't know how much of a really high-end PC you really need for that, though.
Yeah,
I don't think you need one at all.
Yeah,
I think
the computer I'm using right now is the computer that I stopped using when I bought my Mac Mini like 5 or 6 years ago, and now I'm back to using this one because this was the easier way to do the Switch mods as opposed to doing them on the Mac.
All right. Well, you just basically what you need is something that runs pretty smoothly right now, so you don't and has enough space. You need space for all this shit, basically. Yeah. So
I'm running Windows 7 on the computer that I'm on right now. So and I've never really even used anything past Windows 7. So that'll be weird.
It's not bad. I have Windows 10 and it's fine.
Yeah, 10, I don't have a problem with 10.
No, it's a lot like, honestly, it's a lot like the Xbox One dashboard.
Okay.
It's very integral to that with the pins and all and the apps and shit. It's very, very similar. You would get used to it pretty quick.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah. Nerd stuff. All right.
We want to do a break here real quick and get back and talk about our Spotify playlist.
Let's do it. Or is there something more that we need to talk about?
What in the we could talk Juggalo stuff now, or we can get in that later.
Whatever you want to do. I listened to the new song. I did my homework. I at least listened to the new song.
Why don't we, before we go to break, why don't we just knock this out of the box here quickly? I want to. There's two pieces of will you get your hand away from your face, There's two bits of Juggalo news. The first one, before we get to the song, is the
song. All right, go on.
The Violent J, the E&J tour coming to an abrupt halt after 2 shows.
Who could have seen that coming?
Right.
I watched. We talked about this YouTuber before on here. CPN, Child's Play Ninja, and he was actually at this last show of the tour. He when Kyle's buddy was on here, we did the Juggalo episode. We talked about him, but he was at the show, and he was the one, I guess, who perpetuated the panic attack. I wouldn't say perpetuated it, but he was apparently Violent J invited everyone up to the stage like they typically do at the end of the show, and he said he looked over at Violent J, and all of a sudden Violent J's face just like completely changed, and he made a beeline for the back door. So he that's where the whole panic attack thing. I don't know if that's enough to cancel a whole show or a whole tour stop, but that, other than the other rumors like of a tour bus breaking down, like that's nonsense.
They never came out and said anything though, did they?
They never said what the cause was. The other thing, of course, was E&J are beefing again.
Or low ticket sales. Low ticket sales was the other one too.
That's I heard that, but I don't think that would.
Yeah, I don't think that's anything because the tour was still a month plus to go.
Yeah.
And you could sell a lot of tickets within that amount of time.
Everything was booked. I don't believe that at all. I guarantee that fucking Isham and Jay, because they're dipshits. They were just fighting.
Yeah.
Over something stupid. And then that's it. As they have been for the last 20 years.
Yep.
So that's it.
But that could mean a whole lot because they're supposed to be the big thing that they, I guess, was it The Gathering or Hollow Wicket, where they announced the new supervillains project.
Oh, that was The Gathering, and I guarantee that shit is not happening.
But yeah, so now they made a big deal about it, and if that's the case, I don't know. Both sides, they've released their statements saying circumstances out of their control.
It was very cordial, but I'm sure they're just.
But they've done that a lot lately, right? Like they've canceled a lot of tours lately.
That was they had
shows in general.
They had that whole Canadian tour that just went to shit.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sure something's going on that.
Like you read through their comments on Instagram, and like a lot of them are like, "It's shitty that you canceled like this date and like never said why or anything like that." Like a lot of people are like pissed that they keep canceling dates. There
was a show that was coming through probably a few months ago. And I remember there was I was reading comments before they came near me, and it was like Pittsburgh, and they were talking about how they were like 3 hours plus late to when they were supposed to be starting.
Yeah, the last I saw them, I saw
everyone open for them, and then their set you had to wait 3 fucking hours for.
The last time I saw them, it was not this past December, but a year ago, on the Malenko tour, and there was like almost 2 hours between the band before them and the band and when ICP finally came out. It was forever. Everybody was super pissed. Yeah, and back in the day, like that was normal. Like back in the 90s, like that shit was normal. Like the main band going on like super late, but it's not that way anymore. So
it's not. It's like boom, boom, get the fuck out of here at 11.
Exactly. Right.
Which I'm okay with, actually.
Yeah, I'm not mad about that at all. No.
Well, I just hope that they eventually do say, like, I mean, not that
but they won't. They'll just completely disregard it and move on.
How they keep doing. Postponed a whole album months and months after the fact. Like,
all right, so new song. What about the new song?
I didn't listen to it.
You didn't listen to it?
No, I did not want to fucking listen to it.
I listened to it several times, and I enjoyed it. And my thought on it, and somebody else shared the same thought on Instagram. But my first time hearing it, I was like, "This is definitely the song that's going to be after the intro. Like this is that second intro song, if you will, that like the welcome to the show or that ties into the whole theming of the album." But I didn't think it was too bad. I liked how they each did 2 verses. It seemed good. It had their classic style on it. I give it a thumbs up. It makes me want to hear more of the album.
Okay. Brandon, what'd you think?
It was way better than I expected it to be. Like it did not suck at all. Like I enjoyed the entire song. I really did.
Okay.
Aren't you ashamed that you did not do your homework, Scott? See?
Not at all. I do not give a fuck about listening.
Hey, well, you know what? In the next hour, we're going to talk about the playlist, but you can better believe it's going to be on the next episode playlist.
Yeah. I thought it was cool. Like I thought the way it was the whole like just sound of it, the way they put it together. I thought everybody performed like exceptionally well. I was very pleased by it. I really was. It was cool.
It's definitely worth it. So you'll check that out on the next playlist, Scott. Don't you worry.
Thank God.
And
all right, want to take a break?
We will go take a break now. Juggalo stuff.
Since I gave a shit about ICP, that's the best song they've put out since Shangri-La. Is my thought on it. Honestly,
damn,
that's
pretty high praise. That's from you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I do one little bit about what I like the artwork for the single too.
Yeah, I did too. It was way better than like just the regular bullshit cover.
I like the hand. It almost looked like, I know it's Fearless Fred's hand, but it almost looked like the Wraith hand.
It did look cooler than what they've put out recently, artwork wise.
So, yes,
Nice.
so that's awesome. So, all right. So I guess that's it. We're heading into the break time, and we will be back to discuss our playlist and other good stuff here.
Other things here on the Unknown Podcast.
Yes.
All right, hit pause now.
I paused it 2 seconds ago, but
well, aren't you cool?
You'll figure it out.
I gotta grab me some beers because High Life doesn't do shit for me.
Grab two.
High Life is delicious. I am going to get some water.
I basically have been drinking that, it feels like, so I need more than just two of these fuckers.
High Life's a little bit better than water. All right, it's not High Life Light.
It ain't no PBR smoothie.
See, you got to get the big cans, the 24-ounce cans of High Life.
I don't know why I wanted the bottles, so I went with a 12-pack of the bottles.
Bottles are
still cheap, so it works.
All right, well, you go refill. Right. I'm going to refill. Kyle is live with us in the chat, by the way. Oh, he didn't have his headphone in.
What's up?
It said Kyle's live with us here in the chat.
Oh, yes?
Yep.
Well, tell him to join the show.
Oh, let's see. Hey, Kyle, do you want to invite? Do you want to join us for the second half?
Hey. Oh, wait.
See you later.
Oh, Scott disappeared again. Let's see if he. All right, well, you sleep tight. He's laying in bed. He's gonna watch until he falls asleep. So,
Gotcha.
Word. Oh,
We're all in bed with Kyle.
yes.
How you doing?
Pillow talk with Kyle.
What? What's happening?
Kyle's laying in bed right now, rubbing his nipples, thinking about here on the show.
Is he in the YouTube?
Yeah, he's in the chat.
Oh.
We invited him to join, but he said he was in bed just watching us.
Oh,
And
hi,
that-
Kyle.
That makes me feel good.
My voice. I don't want to hear that. I'm laying in bed. I'll fall asleep though. You better, Kyle. Kyle. All right. When do you want to start this shit up? Are you still gonna munch for a second? Oh, you're naked. Kyle is naked. Just so you know.
Wow.
Oh, my thing didn't scroll up. I didn't see.
Yeah. Penal area. What you munching on there, Brandy?
Not Brandon. Grippo barbecue potato chips.
Nice.
It's a Cincinnati thing.
Ask for him by name.
They're the best shit in the world. Best barbecue chips in the world.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
All right, Scott. So, whenever you're ready, you can bring us back in. But how are we doing it again? Same thing. Unpause and then take a 5-second and clap or something.
Sure. I'll do a 3, 2, 1 clap again after we unpause.
All right. So you just tell us when you want us to unpause.
All right. So 3, 2, 1, unpause. Did I do it? Wait, hold on.
I was worried, but mine worked.
Okay, now I'm unpaused. Sorry.
All right. I just unpaused. So I'm unpaused again.
All right, so this is gonna be fun. So yeah, so I'll count down 3, 2, 1, clap. All right. So 3, 2, 1. Ooh, thank you for being so fucking late there, Smoothie. That helps.
Wait, I thought
Scott was fucking perfect.
God damn it.
Wait, I thought we were supposed to pause first.
No, pause, clap. No,
you're the one who's sober here, Smoothie. Come on, you weren't listening.
That doesn't change the way my brain works.
God damn it. So whatever, I'll figure it out, Smoothie.
Welcome back to the second half of the Unknown Podcast. There, that'll be you look for that little bit of information right there, and that's where you can start.
No, I'm trying to sync us. Damn it.
What's going on? I don't even know.
I was trying to sync.
Nobody does.
Put put our vocals together.
You put mine and yours clap together, and Smoothie's like a second behind, and we'll be good.
All right. This is not going to work out great. This is
Nope.
going to be.
Just remember, my audio will have the whole thing. If you need to revert to that,
I will let you know when I get.
You got this. We'll be good. You'll be all right.
we have full faith in you.
All right, Scott, you got another shot?
Oh, I've got
Scott the shot.
Scott the shot, brah. All right, are we started?
Did we?
Isn't that what we're supposed to be doing?
Oh my god, we're all fucking so amateurs.
This whole clapping thing threw me off.
I thought you were saying. Never mind.
We paused. We're started. This is it. So get your shot. We're in the thick of it. All right. This has already been the second half.
So I'll figure this out.
Lord,
take your shot, Brandon. Shut up. Clink. That's syrup.
I spilled some on my computer.
That's all right.
Great. Now it's gonna crash.
Yeah, just destroy it now, and then there'll be no that we did this at all.
Damn, usually Fireball doesn't make me do the I took a shot face, but that one did.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Are you drinking the same beer?
Yeah, still got that High Life.
Me too. This shit is not very good.
Oh, I'm sorry. You should have had a High Life. You should have had that champagne of beers.
Maybe not that bad, but
damn.
Smoothie, H2O.
H2O in my lavender bottle.
How's your runs been going, Smoothie?
Yeah, so that is part what we're talking about the second half. Our resolutions or things we wanted to try and how we're sticking with them. At first, when I was asked the question last week, if I was not doing my end of the bargain, and thank you, Scott, for bringing up my running post, because I knew I was posting them, and
what you got to explain exactly what that means.
Okay, so wait,
specifically talking about two different things.
What do you mean?
Give the story here.
Okay, so Brandon was talking about how both him and I have been doing things on social media, and then he was ragging on you for not doing it. So Brandon, he has his own separate Spotify playlist, his Howdy 13 that he changes was it Tuesday?
Yep.
Every Tuesday. So this is his second week of doing it.
Yep.
And I have been since January 1st. I have decided that I'm going to post I'm going to listen to an album front to back every single day of the year so far. And that's my plan, at least, because I'm terrible at doing that anymore. I'll listen to maybe half an album and switch. So I'm going to be steadfast, listen to an album all the way through. And then I've been posting it on Instagram every day. When I do it, I post the cover art of the album and have like a whole thing that I post when I do it. So he was saying that he has that and I have that, and he said, and he asked you what you've been doing. He called you a slacker basically in our group chat for not having that, but I was quick to put on my white knight armor and defend your honor because you've been doing almost daily running posts.
Yeah,
every other day, because I take a break usually in between. So yes, I have been doing that, and that's also
running a lot. You've been doing pretty good.
Oh yeah.
The stats looking at it, it's like, Jesus Christ, you've been going hard.
And then I felt like a piece of shit for calling him out for it.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's been doing that, and then it kind of you kind of had to apologize after that, but
no, it was all good because like I was, aside from the running, as I had mentioned, that was one of my things to get back into, and I started Christmas Day. Like that's the first, because I knew I wanted to pick it back up again in 2019 because I had a successful 2017. Last year sucked the balls. So I completely wrote that off. And I figured, well, if I wait until 2019, it's going to make it that much harder. So I decided on Christmas Day to go out for my first run to kind of get in shape and prepare for it. And so I have been consistent every other day running, and I've already picked up. Today I clocked, did 5.5 miles.
Nice.
And I'm at like 28 miles already for the year and running, which is much further. Huh?
Do you have like a mileage goal for the year?
I Map My Run is the app I use, and they have a U-verse year challenge like they do every year. So in 2017, when the first time I completed it, it was 1,017K in 2017. I was successful with that. That comes out to about 500 or let me see here. I think it's like 600 miles total. Let's see if it pulls it up here. But and last year's was 1,018, and I only finished with like 300 or so. So I was completely
it's still good.
Not 300 miles, 300K. So it was only about, so last year, real quick, I will say I had 233 miles for the whole year. and that came out to 375K. But the previous year that I completed it was they changed the format. So before they had it, so I ended that year with 1,021K. It was in the top 9%. So they started putting the mile conversion right underneath it. I have to go out and look, but I think it's, if you figure 300 is what, 275. So yeah, about 500-600, we'll say, miles or so in a year. So it was such an accomplishment in 2017, and then to just crash and burn throughout the whole year in 2018.
No, I mean, it's gonna happen. It's hard to continue that year after year. You have to be so dedicated all the time, and it's hard.
And it was and like I said, I think last year the problem was because I pushed so hard at the end of the year, because I did slack off in 20, not slack, I wouldn't say slack off, but like I took almost like the summer off, or didn't run that much in 2017 because it was too hot or whatever. So I had to cram everything in at the end of the year, and then so to start trying to do that right again on the heels in 2018. It was extra cold last year. Like, it was nice running on New Year's Day today, or this year, and it felt like a spring day out there. Much better than in 2018. It was 1 degree on the first day of the year. So but that's that's what I vowed to do. So I have been pretty good with that. And I know some people, I don't, maybe not, or maybe people think it but don't say it, might get angry at the post and think I'm like being like bragging or whatever. But honestly, that was a big help in 2017 when I did that. Just when people comment, like, it's not like, oh, go like giving me a pat on the back, but it keeps me motivated. That there's people that are actually looking at these posts and comment and saying good job, or it gives me that motivation to keep.
Who the fuck is getting mad at you for taking care of yourself?
No, I'm not saying mad at me for taking care, but I know, because even like I'll say people who post like it's like, come on, you're posting your workout, but there's a certain way to post. I guess
post whatever the fuck you want to.
Yeah, that's the whole point of social media. If they don't like it, they can delete you.
Yeah,
exactly. So, but that's what I'm doing. But aside from other things like you are doing, you're
doing something that you're proud of. You don't fucking care.
No. I don't. I'm just saying that's, yes, like Kyle just said in the chat, I'm holding myself publicly accountable, and that's exactly what it's for. It'll keep me going, knowing that people are looking. And
exactly.
Kyle in the chat room. Why don't I have Kyle in the chat room?
Well, you have to open up.
You have to open up the YouTube video.
All right.
It's in the YouTube chat, my friend.
But then aside that, that's my one big goal, obviously. But like we had talked about I wanted to do something similar like that, and I started the first week back at work. I have a spreadsheet.
Hi, Brandon. I heard me.
Sorry.
You're supposed to. I had started a spreadsheet that it's called Stuff and Things 2019. I've just been kind of documenting like
stuff and things.
Stuff and things. Like, so when we get to talk about the playlist, there's a couple of new artists. I happen to watch this person I follow on YouTube, and he did a video, top 25 like hip hop albums of 2018. So there were a lot of artists I never heard of on there, and I was like, oh, let me give him a listen to see, because this guy, typically I started following, like, he likes Gmo Ski and like Al Lazuli, and like regular
Juggalo shit.
Well, no, regular hip hop too. So I was like, well, let me see. Okay. It wasn't going to be like all Little Yachty or Lil Ballsack or whatever,
Lil Ballsack. I can't wait for his album this year.
Whatever stuff and music that that is. But there were a couple different artists, so I wrote them down to go check out.
Hold on. More importantly, Kyle said there literally are no chips better than barbecue grippos.
Oh, yeah.
Just now seeing that. I'm sorry that's like way like back a long time ago, but I'm glad that he knows. So yes, they are literally the best chips ever.
Thanks, Kyle.
Yes.
So yeah, so aside from my running and Grippos chips being awesome, I have my Stuff and Things.
You guys have never had them, right?
No, I've never seen them.
Yeah, Cincinnati.
Okay. All right. So we'll do an episode where I'll send you guys some barbecue Grippo chips and we'll try them on the air and you'll be like, holy shit, those are the best chips. Or maybe you'll be like, they suck.
Okay with that.
But that'd be fun to do, right?
I'm okay with free food. Yeah, send it to me.
All right. I will do that. This week I'll send you both fucking barbecue Grippos.
I can't fucking wait for my bag of chips in the mail.
Cool. That's fun. I like that.
So yeah, that was that. What else? So now that was my things. That was tying into the running post. So do you want to talk more about what you guys elaborate more on what you are doing, your playlist? Yeah, Brandon, why don't you talk about what your playlist is? The aim of
go for it.
Mine is called the Howdy 13, which came up by my kid. The name of it was my kid came up with the name of it.
You fucked that up so bad.
Shut the fuck up. So I'm doing a playlist that I update every week. I'm going to do a new one every week all year long with 13 songs on each playlist, just of whatever I'm listening to that week. Or I'm going to try to do like different themes. And this week, week 3 is the coming week. I'm going to do my first theme playlist. It'll be all people from Cincinnati, where I'm from. And
nice.
That's it. Just something, just what I'm listening to. Like, I don't expect people to like get into all the songs, but I listen to a lot of different shit. So it's kind of fun to compile it in a little playlist.
Yeah. I've been checking it out here and there.
Yeah.
I have not yet.
Skipping around.
Yeah. Like one of my buddies, like he listened to it like the first week and he's like, there was only like 2 songs I liked. Whatever. I don't care. Whatever.
I'm pretty sure this week when I was skipping around, I found you put on a Van Halen song. It was a Sammy Hagar one, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
Why?
I'm
Explain yourself.
And of course, this was the conversation that was had while I was listening to the song that made me add it to the playlist, right?
Yeah.
It was me and my kid Tyler was listening to it, and he was trying to figure out like how he knew Van Halen because he doesn't really know anything. And I've always defended the Sammy Hagar albums. I fucking because I fucking like them.
All right,
I fucking like them. When I got like my first exposure to Van Halen was the Sammy Hagar years. That's just how it worked out in my life. And I liked them a lot. And then when I heard the David Lee Roth shit after that, I just never liked it as much. So I've always defended Sammy Hagar because of that. It's just what I like better. I don't care if it's the right opinion or not. I don't care at all. It's not the right
opinion. Damn.
I know it's not. I'm well aware that it's not.
No, it's fine. I just happen to notice like he's got a Van Halen. It's Sammy Hagar.
Okay. All right. But regardless of that or not, what was the song Top of the World? Is that what I put on there?
I don't remember the name of it.
I think it's Top of the World. That's a fucking badass song. Tell me that's not a fucking badass song.
What do I have till Tuesday to listen
not
to?
Really that great.
Okay. All right.
What was I going to say? How were there only those 2 errors for? Was it only David Lee Roth and Sammy Hagar, or was there something?
No, they had a singer or 2 after that nobody cared about whatsoever.
Yeah. But that happens with every band.
They're
there's like years where there's like a new singer that no one remembers.
Yeah, but they just announced a big new tour of the original lineup that hasn't played like since like 1984 or something. Damn. which will backfire within like the first it'll be just like the J&E Sham tour. It'll be the exact same
it'll just be like the fucking original Misfits shit. Like they did 2 shows and you could tell they fucking hated each other by the end of them.
Yeah.
But I'm glad I saw it. That was one of the best.
Yeah, I'm super jealous that you got to see
Danzig sound like shit, but
yeah.
and he was bitching about the Kennedys too. It was really weird. He was like yelling about the Kennedys being in the mafia and shit. Like, yeah, and they're all fucking dead at this point. So what is he? Why is he doing this? But it was hilarious because he's Danzig and he's old and he's weird and he doesn't know how to talk to people.
Mother. That's all.
He didn't play that.
Yeah, that's not the Misfits.
That's just Dancing.
Yeah, I was super jealous. That was Riot Fest, right? That you saw that?
The Riot Fest. That was fucking amazing. We'll have to go to something like that, all three of us.
Yeah. And I remember
it would be the Gathering, probably.
You went that year, and I felt that they had a pretty good lineup that year.
That year was probably the best year that they've had, and then after that, it's shit.
After that, like every year I've looked at it, like, all right, Scott went this one year, like maybe I'll
look at it. Yeah, I've been looking at it too because I've been wanting to go again, and I haven't had a reason to.
It's been shitty since then for the most part.
Bad. Just bad.
That's all festivals, right? Like festivals in general are just going to shit
again. Yeah, they're getting bad, which sucks because they can be fun. You go to a good festival, it's fun as hell. But if they don't book enough good bands, it's just not like they're getting more and more expensive too. So it's just like
the Coachella lineup was fucking terrible. The Bonnaroo lineup is. If you like Fish, you're good to go. But
I don't that. Whatever. I don't even know what those lineups are.
Yeah.
And I guess they're doing Woodstock for the 50th.
Yeah, they are.
And that's actually only like a couple hours, like maybe 2 hours away from me.
It's going to be even so expensive, though.
But yeah, it's going to be expensive. And they haven't released a lineup.
No.
ICP better be there. Just saying.
Well, they
better have Limp Bizkit there too.
They said that. Well, probably not Limp Bizkit, but they said that there would be legacy acts from the original Woodstock. But they specifically said from Woodstock '94 and '99 as well. So
there was
whatever. It might still be good. It might be worth going to, especially if it's not far from me.
Yeah,
but. It depends on how much it costs.
If I was as close as you are, I would for sure consider it.
Yeah, Watkins Glen is probably an hour and a half away from me.
And that's
where they're having it.
It's the same promoter that did Woodstock 94 and 99. But then like now he's like super talking shit about 99. He's like, it will not be like that. But
that year was abysmal. There were so many problems.
Yeah.
On top of the fact that everything was incredibly corporate and expensive.
Yeah. But I mean, everything was like the hottest weekend.
Yeah,
everything is corporate now. They can't run you cannot run a festival now without being corporate as fuck.
No, and I don't blame them for that.
It's just how it is.
Yeah. Well, now especially, but Woodstock 99 was more for MTV than it was for the actual festival itself, I feel like.
It was.
Yeah, I didn't even realize there was a 99.
You didn't know that was
with the fucking riots and the fucking fires and
that was probably one of the most notorious festivals that's ever existed. Was
I mean, I might have recognized it from. I'm saying it in terms of for the musical side of it. Like I knew 94 was a big deal. That was like the first.
94 was cool. I love 94. There was a lot of like really historical events or sets at 94. I feel.
Woodstock 99 was known for the bad things, the violence. There was sexual assaults. There was overpriced water on the hottest weekend of like the summer.
Yeah.
With no shade. There was no shade there. It was also incredibly muddy. Just like Woodstock 94.
Yeah.
And people just like burning shit down, destroying things. It was known more for the people than it was for the acts at this point. But
it's ridiculous. So.
You should know ICP played there, so.
Yeah. How did you not know?
Wait, they played 99 too?
Yeah, 99.
Didn't they do? I thought they did 94.
No, 99.
Oh, see, I thought they were on 94, which that makes sense that it would have been 99 because they did more Jekyll Brothers stuff.
Yeah, history, my friend.
Yep.
Oh, I'm confused.
Damn.
So then, yeah, I didn't. I guess no 99 existed, and
Yeah.
but I was, cross pollinating.
I remember recording 94, like MTV like played a ton of it. Then I recorded it all like VHS and like watched it over so many times. Green Day and 9 Inch Nails set at 94 was so fucking good.
I remember the Green Day set.
Yeah. It was Green Day and 9 Inch Nails both was just like a big mud orgy, basically. And they were so fucking good. Both sets were amazing.
Real quick, that you mentioned 9 Inch Nails. It is so funny to me. I was watching that a few months back when I still had cable or had HBO or whatever, that Dr. Dre documentary.
Oh yeah, the Defiant ones.
Yes, and then seeing Trent Reznor is like this suit pretty much in Apple or whatever he does, like the creative program or whatever.
Yeah.
He was there. It was just funny how you mentioned 9 Inch Nails. Just
I watched that whole thing. I don't remember him being part of Apple.
I thought it was Apple. Wasn't it Apple?
Well, Dr. Dre did a huge like $1 billion deal with Apple, but I don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe he's something with like creative whatever he is, but he's like a suit type person.
About Jimmy Iovine in Interscope and
Reznor was one of the main people of the launch of Apple Music, I think is what it was.
That's what it is.
When they like finally launched, I think that's what it was.
I honestly don't remember. I mean, I could be just remembering the entire thing wrong. I don't remember them talking about that, but
it's fucked up.
No, like they interviewed
works now.
They interviewed, Trent Reznor, like he was on the documentary.
They talked a lot about Interscope, and he's on Interscope. He's been on Interscope, so it makes sense.
Yeah, because they talked about Manson and everything, but it was just.
Yeah.
What documentary is this? I don't.
It was a series, the Defiant ones.
On what?
The HBO.
I think something else now. It's either on Netflix or something.
And it's all about like Interscope and shit. Like that's like
Jimmy Iovine and Dr. Dre specifically. Like it goes back to Jimmy Iovine. He
back pretty far with his history, and
it
basically is a giant. It turns out to be a very big ad for Beats by Dre.
Okay.
It seems like it, at least at the end, because that's like that's what it kind of leads into, is that the Beats being very profitable with Apple, their merger.
Yeah, that
and
was
a billionaire with them. It's like, okay, cool, glad to see that.
Oh yeah. See, he's the chief creative officer of in the Beats division, but with Apple now.
Shitty ass headphones, yeah. From
but
what I know, they're not that great. Anyway,
it was a segue. It was just interesting. I just thought of that.
That was just another thing down the hatch, brah.
So we learned a little bit about Brandon's playlist, and now you were talking about your albums of the year.
Well, it's more like I need to. After we were going through our whole Spotify, our stats and all that, I realized I just don't listen to music enough anymore. So it was New Year's Day, and I was just doing nothing. I was like, I need to listen to more albums front to back, because I don't. I'm really bad at it anymore. I cannot do it. I had so many. That's why I didn't do like Brandon and I were talking about possibly doing like a top 10 albums of 2018. And I had listened to a lot of different music, and I probably could spew out 10 albums, but I never listened to all of them all the way through. At least only a few of them I had. So I was just like, Jesus, I just don't listen to albums fully anymore, and I need to get back into that.
See,
and I do better for my Spotify stats and all that. So
yeah, see, the problem I have is I will listen to albums front to back, but I always have a hard time finding new stuff nowadays.
I'm trying to do both this year. I'm trying to listen to full albums and find new music and listen to the full albums of that. So right now what I'm doing is a lot of my albums so far have either been shit I've been listening to for a while or albums from last year that I liked but didn't finish. So now I'm finishing them too. So I just want to be better at listening to albums, and now I'm forcing myself daily, and I've actually been doing it. Like I post these album covers and all that, and I say what the album of the day is, but I actually do listen to them front to back. I'm not just doing it just for the Instagram likes, you know.
No, but now do you listen to them? Will you listen to them more than once, like enough to be critical of it? I guess like take even mental notes of like come the end of 2019, be like, oh, I listened to this, album and like this is what I thought of it. Or are you just listening to them just to say I made it through?
Well, I'll be critical of a first listen if it's the first full listen, if it's worth listening to more than once for, to be more critical about it, to get more into it.
Gotcha. So you'll listen to it, and then if it's worthy of another listen, you'll give it. If not, you'll just toss it in that.
I'm still like sometimes it is like last minute me trying to find an album and just there's been a couple nights where I'm looking for something that's less than 40 minutes so I can get my album in for the day. It happened tonight. I was just like, oh shit, I haven't listened to any albums. I haven't listened to any music today. I've been doing all this other crap, and then it gets to be like 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. I was like, oh, I better throw an album on. So that's what I did. And I found one that was relatively short, but I hadn't listened to all the way. I've listened to some songs here and there.
Well, and that's why I was glad to, and it's good enough to go back and listen to some of those albums that you had said, but I'm glad that I found that one specific video. And I'm going to find more because that made it nice and easy for me to find new artists that I wouldn't have seeing.
That's why I mean Spotify is really good at that, but you either have to know how to use it to find new music, or you have to know who to follow to. There's ways to find new music. It just sucks now. It's kind of hard. It's up to you to find it. Yep. No one's gonna help you that much. You have to seek out either like
social fun part of it though.
That is the fun part, but sometimes it can be a lot of work.
It is.
I can understand how that can be daunting because there's new music all the time, and it's so hard.
Much of it now. You just gotta figure out where you want to get it from.
Yeah,
and it was a lot easier back in the day, even a few years back though, because you had more like. I mean, maybe again, it's the type of my primary type of music I listen to is rap, hip hop, whatever. And maybe it's me putting up my own walls because I don't. A lot of the mainstream stuff that you see today is just horrible.
Yeah, like you have to seek out the less mainstream stuff. You have to be looking, and then affiliated artists, and then looking at those affiliate. You just have to expand your reach.
And that's
it does not matter what genre it is. The mainstream of each genre right now is all terrible. The rock shit that's mainstream is fucking terrible. The rap shit that's mainstream is terrible. But there's good shit of all of that out there. But you have to fucking find it. It's not what's on the radio. It's not what's considered normal, but it's out there.
You just have to expand a little bit of your reach. And it can be hard. It takes a little bit of practice, but you have to find ways to do it. Like I find Release Radar is a stepping stone. Mm-hmm. That's a thing on Spotify. If you didn't know, It updates every Friday when music is released, and that's a good way to find some new stuff. I mean, a lot of weeks my playlist is pure shit. This week was fucking awful for me, but some weeks you find some gems there, and it also all depends on what, because it guesses what you like.
But it does a pretty good job overall.
You're listening to stuff like if you're going out of your wheelhouse a lot just for either other people or just, you know, in general, just for the hell of it, and then all of a sudden your release radar is completely changed from the week before. That's happened to me before, where it's just like I will listen to like one or two different songs out of nowhere just for laughs, and now all of a sudden this is my release radar.
All right, so let's talk about the Spotify Unknown Podcast episode 24 playlist.
I have to pull it up because it's been a while since I listened to it.
Same.
I listened to it today and I totally just didn't do it.
But I got through it, so I think I remember what I liked and what I did not.
All right.
Smoothie, you got yours?
Yep.
Okay. All right. The previous week I tried to like mix everybody's shit up. Like I like purposely like tried to make it like your song, my song, and like back and forth and shit. But like this week it was all like these are Aaron's songs, these are Scott's songs, these are Smoothie's songs. And I think I like that better, actually.
It helps. It does help.
Okay. So I won't make something up anymore.
I did shuffle, so I just went right.
Okay.
Yeah, I make sure I know who put it on though when I look. Like, all right, see.
Yeah, I'll check to see who was doing.
All right. Okay. Most of the time, I can tell who is who.
Yeah.
This week, honestly, Smoothie, you and Kyle, I was getting mixed up because Kyle had a lot of shit besides his one song. That he only put 2 songs on here. Never mind.
Yeah.
He put a song on there that I honestly thought was you until I looked back and saw that it was him. That No Fuckery Zone.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I remember seeing it and I liked it. I think I liked it, but maybe
that shit was not for me.
I have to go back and listen to it again. Because I know I listened to them all, and
yeah.
There was, or maybe it was Iron Army. I like that song that he put on there, but
the In This Moment song. Yeah.
This is No Fuckery Zone.
Kyle, if you're listening, and I know you are, nah. It's a no from me.
Who is this? The American Animals.
I honestly, I hate the chorus pops in. I fucking hated it. I'm sorry, Kyle.
I'll have to give that one a listen again because I liked a lot. Like I only listened to it once through this whole list, and the one that stood out to me the most, just because it was funny, was the pizza song.
I do like that. Like that song. Attila is a terrible band. They're really shit. They're a terrible metal band. But that song, for whatever reason, I like it. So it was funny to me when I listened to it, and it's catchy.
It's funny because it's so
stupid as shit, and I like it for that reason.
He's doing this whole screaming, going to town about pizza, and then I liked, if I'm remembering it correctly, when the dude breaks down, he said, "You got pineapple on this," and he's like. He's like,
pizza. That was where I was. I liked the song, but I didn't like that part because my favorite pizza is ham and pineapple on my fucking pizza.
Oh, it's like the whole thing's a joke.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I like that song a lot. That was a very cool song.
I mean,
it's fun to listen to. It's a fun song.
Yeah, it was that, and then of course, Steven Seagal. I can't go wrong with that.
Oh my god, the Steven Seagal song
put out there is kind of like I'm fucking around. I'm just.
The sad part is he has a whole discography. Like it's not just that one album. There's like albums by Steven Seagal. like multiple albums, and it's like
I have
how
not listened to a single thing other than like that song.
The cool thing was, like, a week or two ago when I listened to the playlist all the way through, I got to the Steven Seagal song and it was fucking just stupid. And I put it on my Instagram story and I had like way more than normal like feedback from it, where like people started sending me messages like, I had no idea this exists. I'm listening to it right now. This is fucking crazy and shit. Like, out of all the shit that I've posted, like musically on my story, like the Steven Seagal one, more than any of them, like people like instantly checked out and listened to it. So I thought that was cool.
Incredibly strange song and really bad.
Stupid and terrible.
I mean, it's hilariously bad because
you gotta listen to it though.
He is in like a Caribbean fucking accent. He's trying to be all reggae and shit. It's like, we know who you are. Why are you doing this?
Well, and the thing is, I forgot. I was talking to somebody because I was mentioning to somebody at work, and he had the same response, like, "What? This is a real thing?" And I was trying to explain it, and the girl that's singing on the song, she's okay for what it, for what the song is. Like, you would expect to hear that. She kind of reminded me of that. I wouldn't say Diana King. She was on Biggie's album, and I think on the Bad Boy soundtrack. Respect is the song I'm thinking of by Biggie. But so it sounded like that, but then you go into like Steven Seagal, and you're wearing this short skirts, and you're like to cover your kid. Like, it was like, what are you talking about? Like, I had no idea what he was even talking about. It was bizarre, but it was satisfying at the same time. It's
satisfying. Slimy yet satisfying. That's
yes. It was but like I said, overall, I picked up a couple. I liked. I liked Victory, the song that
you never heard that before.
I never heard the remix one before.
Oh yeah,
who did that?
Aaron did. He's listened to that for I don't know how many years. I've heard that song.
Oh yeah, that was really cool. That was a really cool song.
I mean, I would still prefer the original version of it, but I was impressed with that, because at first that's what I thought. I didn't think there was a remix, and then when I heard it go into this different beat, I was like, oh, what's this? And then the other one that he posted, 1,000 Rounds by Pooh. I don't even know how to Pooh.
Old school 3-6 Mafia.
Is he affiliated with 3-6 Mafia?
No, they're like they're kind of like a throwback to them. Okay. I feel like Ghost Main, and they're part of or affiliated with. Have you heard of Suicide Boys?
No, I never.
They're kind of like that. They're like a dark, like southern, almost
I mean,
southern.
that was the first thing when I heard it. I was like, this sounds like early Bone, definitely early 3-6 Mafia.
I think
I liked it.
The episode before, he was talking about how he's going to find SoundCloud rappers that you like, and I'm pretty sure that's where they came from.
I mean, I was impressed. I wouldn't be.
I liked all three songs that Aaron put on. I actually,
the Buckethead one was a little out there, but
it was. But I thought it was cool. I liked. I enjoyed it. I got through the first three songs that are Aaron's, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, that was a really good start to the playlist. I liked all three songs.
All right, cool.
Yeah, and then there was the pizza song. Yours was the one after that. That was cool. I don't remember the Nightbreed song.
It's like a horror punk band, Crimson Ghosts.
Okay.
I like that song a lot, but
Steven Seagal song was just some crazy other shit.
That Evidence song, I heard that before.
I never heard of him. That's what I'm saying. When I stumbled upon him and went and looked up his history, it's always affiliated with the Dilated Peoples. They've been around.
Yeah.
For some time, but
around for a while too.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was, but
Atmosphere.
What's that?
Have you heard of Atmosphere?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind then. But
I've never heard Atmosphere, but it boggles my mind that Smoothie has never heard of Atmosphere.
And I might be the opposite. I may, if I hear him, I may have heard him, but not heard, not.
I mean, just Atmosphere has been around for a while. Evidence tours with them and all that shit. So,
see, there's a lot
like a tour like a year ago together. So they do a lot of work together.
But I liked it. He was one of the albums because, like I'm saying, that guy who posted this list, he had the Apathy album on there that you had.
Son.
Yeah. So like that's the kind of music he listened to. Yeah, like the Jedi mind tricks and stuff. So it was good. And then this other guy, Knowledge the Pirate,
I don't remember that one. I know I listened to it, but I honestly cannot for the life of me
I don't know how long he's been around. I don't think he's been around too long, but he has like an older sound like that I'd like, not like your typical what you'd hear today. So
shit. All right. Yo. Oh yeah, I do kind of remember this. Yeah, that one was pretty good. I remember thinking, oh yeah, this is good stuff.
I mean, and like I said, when I took after watching his video, I wrote down all the different albums and I went through the people that I've heard of before and eliminated them, but I made my own playlist, and I guess I could share that with you guys or make it.
Yeah, you should.
I call it it's called New to Me 2019. So I threw all the albums that I didn't hear before, the artist I haven't heard. I should say the albums I didn't hear, because I've heard of MF Doom before, and he must have had an album last year.
Did with Czarface.
Yeah, and that was on there, but I had heard of him. But like all these other ones, I pulled out like I heard the Jedi Mind Tricks one, I heard the Vinnie Paz one, and those ones I didn't include on there. But anything with the new name, I put it on. I've been going through that and just listening to those albums, front to back.
Yeah. Quick side note: I'm looking at my. Yesterday, I listened to the Tool Letterless album, and it's at 339 likes right now.
That's crazy.
And I just posted that and put a few hashtags in there, and look, it's
what
there.
Hashtag is doing that?
Probably Tool.
Just Tool, like just straight up Tool.
I would assume so. I don't know, or hashtag bees knees.
So many. I don't know that I've ever had that many likes on Instagram.
I know I haven't. This is the biggest one. I keep getting like every few minutes I get likes and shit.
That's just pretty.
Cover of Lateralus.
That's my favorite Tool album.
Yeah. You think they'll come out with a new one this year?
Supposedly they are. The Maynard has already recorded his vocals.
Yeah, I know that.
Do some tracking and mixing.
It's apparently like in the mastering stage at this point.
It's getting close to being done.
But regardless,
who knows?
Do you still think they'll come out with one this year? Is this finally the year?
Are they going to be able to perfect it in their own way? I don't know.
Jesus.
If he has recorded vocals and they haven't finished tracking all the instruments, how does that work?
No, Tool does the instruments before the vocals. Maynard is the very last step of recording.
Yeah, but he was talking about on his Instagram that there was other shit that they need to do other than mixing, and I'm like, and he's done his vocals months ago. He said, I think. Gotcha. So I don't know.
It probably still will not come out this year. Would be the safe bet.
Maybe this time in 2020, we'll be talking about the new Tool album.
And there's just no way it can live up to the hype. They're like one of my favorite bands ever, but there's no way that it can fucking live up to the hype at this point.
At this point, I just want it to be as good as their last album. That's all I care about. Oh, I want it to be as good. I don't care if it sounds like a million times different. I mean, I do want them to progress, but I don't think that they're going to actually progress at this point. I don't mean what can they do different at this
I don't
point?
know. I don't know what to expect from it at all. I have no idea.
I just want it to be good. I don't care if it's like the best thing I've ever heard. I just want it to be good. I'm not going to be one of those people that's like, this needed to be the best thing I ever heard. It's like, I just want a good album. That's all I want.
Yeah, totally.
I just want good music. That's all I care about.
That's all it needs to be, right?
As long as they all put their 10 out of 10 effort into it, that's all I care about.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I want from any band.
Oh, FYI, Kyle had said that the Americanimals are affiliated with KMK.
Well, that doesn't help their cause at all for me. So,
fuck KMK.
So we got a Ouija Mac song, and I was not a fan of that one. No. That was you there, Brian.
That I threw that one in. It was a toss up between that one. I just happened to be feeling that one, or
propose any other Ouija Mac. It was mostly just the same phrase repeated over and over again.
Yeah,
I realized, and that one, you could have chose any other one. I'd be like, all right, this is all right, because that's kind of how I felt about his album. It's like, it's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be. He just kept repeating the same shit. All right, I don't give a fuck.
Well, he just released that mixtape that we talked about.
Okay. I did not know that.
Water Damage, and that's all. I mean, it's on Spotify. This album, obviously, you got the song from. I definitely wasn't.
Yep.
What was I going to say? Oh, it was the pre-orders for that album was $19.99, and I wasn't going to pay that. And
just for like CD or
for an actual physical CD, and it was 2 additional tracks that aren't on the digital one. I don't know why it was $19.99. And it was, again, it wasn't released through Psychopathic merch, but
you got his website.
Yeah, it was right through his. So that is what it is. But there is one on there. One of the last ones it was that I wanted to put on this list was called Nardwar Glock, and you know who Nardwar is, right? The guy who interviews different people. I thought it was fun. I don't know. Check. I recommend just listen to it once.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Sweet.
And then we move on to the...
So we talked about Kyle's No Fuckery Zone song.
Yeah, I wasn't into that one.
No, that was something I did not like.
No.
And there's In This Moment, Iron Army. What'd you guys think of that song?
No.
Yeah, I'm about to say with you, Brandon. I really didn't feel that one.
No. I saw them open for somebody a couple years ago. Just not my thing.
Yeah, they're a little more like... I don't even know how to describe what they're kind of
Yeah.
And then there's Fanagram, like that shit. That kind of got me into... I mean, I was listening to him before you updated because we mentioned them the last podcast, and I'd forgotten about them until you mentioned their name. I was like, oh yeah, I've heard them before. I wonder if I still or if I've actually liked them. And I've been listening to them relatively regularly now.
That's cool. I'm always like, I feel like
a little bit. So
say that again.
I said they're a little out of my wheelhouse.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
But I've been enjoying.
I always feel that the songs that I add are probably like the least likely ones to be liked between you guys, because I feel like you're all like more into hip hop than I am. So I feel like the songs that I add are probably not going to be the like fan favorites. But after you posted it, like you were like into Fantagram because of that, and then Aaron posted in our chat tonight that he liked all 3 songs that I added. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
I liked that, to hear that.
Jesus Built My Hot Rod was not really something I was into myself.
Yeah.
I mean, I got what they were going for.
Had you heard that song before? Or is that like?
So I think I had, because it sounded familiar, and the name sounded familiar when I heard it. I got what they were going for, but they really kind of pushed on that one for a little.
So
too
that song, it's a ministry. It's a ministry song, but the guy singing the song is Gibby Haynes from the Butthole Surfers.
Gotcha.
So he's the lead vocalist on that song.
No, I knew exactly what they were going for when
It's
they made
fucking
it.
just bonkers, is what it is. I love it.
I felt like it could have been shorter.
Okay.
I mean, because they were just doing the same thing for 5 minutes straight.
Yeah.
It probably could have been cut off 2 minutes
Fair
before.
enough. And then the Faith No More song was my last one.
Yeah. Which is good. Faith No More is good.
So I woke up this morning to the news of Mike Patton of Faith No More was singing the national anthem at one of the NFL playoff games tonight.
Really?
Yeah. And I was like, holy fucking shit, like that's crazy. I can't wait to see like what happens here. And then I went to work tonight for a little bit, and I came home and I was like, ooh, gotta check on that shit. And I looked it up, and turns out he canceled because he said he wasn't feeling well, and then like somebody else filled in for him, so it didn't end up happening.
It didn't happen. That sucks, man.
Yeah, very much.
Else.
Because I fucking love Mike Patton. I was really looking forward to seeing how that went down.
Yeah, that'd be something different for sure, especially for the NFL.
Yeah, like I couldn't, like I read that was happening, and I was like, wow, that's insane.
That is pretty sweet, though, that he was gonna do it.
Yeah, but not so much.
Not tonight.
Oh well. All right, so cool. Spotify playlist is a hit. I think it's a fun thing to do, right?
Yep, we'll have to update it tomorrow-ish.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have another set of 3 songs each to talk about.
Yeah. So as far like as turning it into a competition, essentially, who had your favorite songs out of what we listened to? Because I enjoyed all 3 of Aaron's songs. So to me, I feel like Aaron had the best 3 songs added to the list.
Yeah, probably Aaron.
Okay. Smoothie?
Yeah. No, I can't turn, but I said hands down the Steven Seagal song was the
so that song took all of it.
Yeah.
That took all. No,
Aaron had the best 3 songs, but the Steven
like
Seagal song won the playlist.
You're welcome.
Yes. Thanks. Thank you for that.
I know you were saying thank you in your heads.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anything else, boys?
I think that's about it.
I got nothing. So
let's cut it off.
I got my cool new microphone.
Oh. Yeah, you got that cool mic. He's lifting it up. He's gonna breathe into it, or I don't know what you were just doing.
I don't know what that was. I got nothing.
All right. So where can we find you, Brandon?
Captain Howdy 1027 on Twitter and Instagram.
Smoothie.
INC _smoothie or -- whatever it is, on Twitter and Instagram, and incsmoothieNtertainment.com. That's my blog site that hasn't been updated in forever. And INC Smoothie Entertainment on the YouTubes.
You can find me at the Garbage Bin on Twitter and Instagram. Go to howdyinc.com. Brandon is now doing updates on that with his playlist. I will be doing weekly updates with my albums. I'm going to start doing themed weeks and doing a big update every week when I do that. I don't know. It won't be every week, but for my Instagram album of the day shit, I'm going to start doing theme weeks. I think I'm going to start with my ascending order of top Eminem albums. I don't know if I'll start tomorrow or not. I don't know. Whenever I feel like it, that is going to start. And then I'm going to do other things like all my 10 out of 10 albums. And maybe I'll start figuring out shit to force me into listening to different crap every week. But anyway, that's it. HowdyInc.com. Follow Howdy Inc. at Twitter at Howdy Inc. And follow us on Twitter at The Unknown Pod, theunknownpod.com, and on Instagram, podcast The Unknown. I'm going to start doing shit. I think I'm going to make a thing for the end of every episode that I just plug in that has all of our crap on it, so we don't have to do this part every week.
Yeah.
Now
It's
this
very confusing though
to do that. But yeah, that's everything I think. So
do.
Good episode, fellers. We'll hopefully be back next week.
25. Next time will be 25.
And the following week will be 26, which is half of a year, and that'll probably be at our half a year mark, won't it?
Yeah, February.
Yeah, just be there. Yeah, we suck. We couldn't do 50.
That's cool, man. 25 is a big milestone. I love 25. It's cool as hell.
We're gonna make that 26 by the half year or the full year mark of our episode. I'll have to look up when we did it, and then we can jerk each other off over that. All right. Anyway, good night, everyone. Good day. Good morning. Whenever you're listening to this. Goodbye.
Goodbye. Boop boop.
Boop boop. All right, I stopped it.
All right, and we are signing off from the YouTube.